YouTube is hard, man. Especially if you have a Costa Rica themed YouTube channel. That's what we're going to talk about on this episode of Costa Rica Story. Hey there and welcome to Costa Rica Story, and if this is your first time here, my name is Ed. I make videos about Costa Rica and my life here in Costa Rica. If you're a regular, part of the Vibe Tribe, my name still is Ed, and you know what I do. So this video is going to be less about Costa Rica itself, but more about my situation in Costa Rica and you. This video involves you because you're a big part of this conversation. So YouTube is hard. I'm quoting Michael Allen, the legendary Costa Rica YouTube creator who passed away recently, and I always like to give him credit for that phrase because it's very apt for anybody that's in YouTube. Not just Costa Rica, but if you're a person that has a YouTube channel, it's always tough. Every YouTube channel owner says, "Oh, the algorithm hates me. The algorithm hates me." You know, you do these videos and they don't get any views, and so we like to blame the algorithm, which is partially true. But I mean, we have to take personal accountability for our situation. But the thing my situation right now in Costa Rica is pretty sketchy. And it's all with my financial situation. Everything else is fine. I'm working through some things with my financials here. But this isn't a complaining story. This isn't a sad story. Stay to the end because I'm going to show you the positive things that are going to be coming into play. Because one of my favorite quotes is, "The obstacle to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." So what's standing in my way is, being successful in business here in Costa Rica. And having your back against the wall like I am right now, and being challenged in the ways that I've been challenged financially is making me do things that I might not normally do. And risks I might take, things that make me uncomfortable. I call them reach outs, where you reach out to talk to people. So YouTube is hard because for a lot of reasons. It's hard. Like right now, I'm saying this now because there's a truck about to go by. So when you're filming a video like this, it's Murphy's Law that there'll be something coming by to distract you from your video. So this is a good example of what it is like living in Costa Rica, because you never know what's going to be passing by. But you need to go with the flow. You need to make it work for you. So see, I use that truck going by as a little bit of levity in the video. So you have to take what life throws at you and make the best of it. So that's how I live my life, and that's what I find a lot of my Costa Rican friends, that's the way they live their life. Things that you can control are the things that you focus on. So let me get back on track to what I'm talking about here. So a YouTube channel is hard anywhere you are, but when you're in a small niche like me, and I've kind of narrowed my niche, whatever that is, niche, whatever that is. I've narrowed it to Uvita and surrounding areas. I'm going to be expanding this, as we go, as the channel grows. I'm going to be traveling more outside of the area, and I'm going to be having more partnerships with tour companies and attractions outside of Uvita. As it is now in Uvita, I've got a lot of partners I work with here, and but that's in the future. So let me talk about why YouTube is tough. To start off with, to start a YouTube channel, let's see. Okay, we're okay. I think we're still on. Could be a technical difficulty there. You never know what's happening. But I digress. So for me, starting a YouTube channel was very hard. I'm a very private person, believe it or not. So putting myself in front of the camera, it's not been an easy thing. And you give up a certain amount of your privacy, and that's, in some ways I enjoy that. It's let me come out of my shell a little bit, because I'm kind of a cross between an introvert and an extrovert. I can be both of these things. So I've got my private side and I've got my You know, I love the limelight kind of side, which isn't really the bigger side of me. But no, I do like it when I'm recognized, like at the farmer's market or the supermarket, if I'm walking down the beach and somebody says, "Oh yeah, we're here because we saw your video." So I appreciate that. Not so much for the the YouTube celebrity thing, but it just lets me know that the videos I'm putting out there are getting watched, and that's important to me. I mean, the main thing, I do the videos for myself, but when other people get something out of it, it's huge for me. It makes me feel good. I like that. I like to share. I like to share the wonders of this area. And I was talking to a friend recently that was thanking me for introducing me to a lot of my friends here. And when I said to him, I go, I love introducing good people to other good people. It's just a great feeling, and everybody benefits from that. So I tend to wander, don't I? So number two, why a YouTube channel is tough, because for me it's been very time consuming. Since I've moved here to Costa Rica, my life has revolved around this YouTube channel. Anything I've done, I have to justify it by saying, oh, I better bring the camera and shoot some video, because that could be a YouTube video. I think that there's a little bit of guilt if I go out and I do something and I don't record it. And I think I need to get away from that a little bit, but it's hard because it's ingrained in me. So you could say that I work 7 days a week, or you could say I don't work at all, because I love what I do, but sometimes it's pretty laborious, whatever that word is. I have trouble with Spanish, and maybe it's because I haven't mastered English yet. Okay, so number three, a YouTube channel, at least the way I do a YouTube channel, it's an expensive endeavor. I poured all my money into this, from equipment to software subscriptions to websites to, there's just a lot of small details that add up. Gas going places, and what else we have on here? Just royalty-free music that costs me a ton of money. And the thing about the royalty-free music is I pay a lot of money to use this music in the videos, and then I'll upload a video. For instance, the last video I did about going up to Cafe Don Emilio on ATV. One of the big pain in the hiney about having a YouTube channel is copyright stuff. So I've paid there's 3 songs that I used in this video. They were all from Motion Array, which is a company that I pay every year to use their music, a lot of money. And I get copyright notices, copyright violations that you need to, and I've got the right to use the music, but I have to prove it to them. So I have to send them a copy of my contract and all this stuff. So that's a huge pain. That adds a lot to your workflow. So that's kind of a pain in the hiney. So number 5, well, that was number 4. We'll throw that in there. But number 5 is just time spent inside, whether it's making a video inside, or I spend an awful lot of time on the computer editing. Lately I've been spending a lot of time on the website at uvitaday.com, which you need to check out because there's a lot of cool things happening there. But yeah, I would rather be outside doing something. I'm not the kind of person that likes to lay around on the beach or anything, but I like to go to the beach and explore the beach and walk around and do fun stuff. So that's tough. Number 7, you make a great video that you think is great and is great, but it just flops for whatever reason. Like, I've spent hours and hours. I've spent days on videos that have just pretty much tanked. And I can't say that they've totally tanked, because I've got a loyal following of the Good Vibe Tribe that they seem to watch every video I do. So I'm like, if I break 500 views, it's pretty good. So that's good. And it isn't the videos that are popular aren't always the ones that you think. Like, I'll talk about the video that got the most views was 2 years in Costa Rica, 11 things I've learned, or something like that. And that got like 113,000 views. And I think that video itself probably made over the course of like the last 3 years, probably made $1,000. That's definitely not typical. That was my viral video. Typically, a video that I do will get, it'll probably make, if it makes $5 a video that I do, that's good. That's a good video. 10, even better. But the thing about it is, let me talk about my viral video, the 11 things that I've learned, blah, 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 after 2 years. So that video, like 113,000 views. And then 2 days after that, I released a video. There was a baby sloth right outside my front door, basically, within stone's throw of my front step. And it was a great video, this little baby sloth, right at ground level. I got a great video of it. And that was 2 days after my viral video. And that video, it's just like nobody cared about it. I don't even think I don't know how many views it got. I'll show you that on the screen. I've got a screenshot of that somewhere. But it was a great video, and it pretty much, I can't say it flopped, but it wasn't well appreciated. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. But you don't have any control over what the algorithm shows people, and you don't know how people are going to react, and you don't know how long they're going to watch. Like, views are important, but the biggest thing is watch time. Watch time is as far as the success of a channel financially, that's a huge thing. So how do you determine what is a successful YouTube channel? Because if a successful YouTube channel means that you've got tons of subscribers, you've got one of those silver plaques that you get, I think, for 100,000. Is that what a successful YouTube video is, or YouTube channel is? In that case, my channel is not successful, because I'm even though almost 6,000 subscribers, it's not making me enough revenue to exist here. I think the most I ever made in 1 month on YouTube was like $285. And last month was I've been going, as far as revenue goes, I've been going down for the last few months. And last month, you have to make $100 every month for YouTube to send you a payment. And I almost didn't make it last month, but fortunately I did. And I got my little payment. And that payment, like it was like $120. And that seems like not much, but when you're scraping by, that's a big part of your financial budget that month. So yeah, it's been up and down. And part of the reason why it's been going down is that the viral video, I've had a couple of kind of viral videos, and they still, like, people are still watching them. I can't understand why. They're good videos, but hey, there's a sloth video you missed. But those videos are slowly running out of steam after, the one, like, for 2 years has been a big part of my revenue here. I keep trying to hit that golden video again, but I kind of gave up on that. I just produce videos that I like. I did a video recently about chocolate tour, which I thought was great. I thought it was a great video, and it's a great experience. That sat there, didn't do much. Just kind of, who knows though? You leave it there long enough, somebody might, it might get popular. They call it evergreen content. It's content that it's relevant, even a year or 2 years from now. So success for me isn't defined by that. Success for me is not defined by the watch hours or how much money I'm making, because I'm never going to be making enough to support myself from YouTube generally. The YouTube payment you get from, they call it AdSense. So what I've benefited from was the personal relationships I have with you out there watching, the Good Vibe Tribe, people that have come in to experience the Uvita Day adventure with me, people who have used me to help relocate, just people I meet that on the street or at the market to say, hey, I know you're that dude from the internet. Some people say that. I get a kick out of that, and especially if I'm with a client or if I'm with friends and I run into somebody like that, it's kind of like, oh yeah, it's a little bit of clout that I'm YouTube famous. And the trainer at the gym, Michael, he didn't know that I had a YouTube channel, and he found out I had a YouTube channel, and he's like, wow, you're YouTube famous. And he kind of teases me about that. once in a while. So I enjoy the notoriety. So that being said, because this does give me some clout because of you. This is where you come in. You are what gives the channel power. You are the ones that give the channel some respectability. You got to respect the channel. It's got almost 6,000 people. You got people watching that are very interested in Costa Rica. So that's important to people with businesses here. It's important because it's advertising, and that's one of the things that I consider successful. You've got you, and we've got Costa Rica opportunities, and I know these opportunities, and we can work together to be triply beneficial. It benefits you, benefits me, and it benefits the businesses here in Costa Rica. So it's tough because this is a niche market, as I said before, niche, whatever. And I'm kind of like the Uvita guy. So people, when you search Uvita, there's a pretty good chance that I will come up. So here we've got the truck going by again. Part of life here in Costa Rica. Everybody wave to the truck. Wave to the truck. He's probably looking at me saying, "What's that crazy gringo doing with it?" So I have my ring light. I have a ring light there, so it's kind of hard to miss me. So some things that are headed your way. As I said, this isn't a sob story about, oh, YouTube is hard and I can't handle it. Poor me. Wah, wah, wah. No, that's not what it's about. This is about things that are headed our way here at uvitaday.com. This is a website I've been working on for a long time. Let me get a drink. So, oh yeah, before I go any further, I want to mention Cafe Don Emilio. They have a new label. Here's the old label. Here's the new label. Front and back. And if you'd like to do a coffee tour with Cafe Don Emilio, just get a hold of me and I can set that up. Or go to uvitaday.com for the tours. I need to take a little sip of water from my glass that I got from, or my little mug I have from Artivise. Make sure you stop in Artivise in downtown Uvita, right across from the Supermercado BM. They've got a lot of really cool new things they just brought in. They have a lot of really cool wood products that are handmade. Nothing made in China like that. So let me take a quick sip of water. And here are my mugs. These are my mugs for Uvita Day Adventure clients. And I can't find my macaws. I don't know. I know I have a bunch of macaws because I got a bunch of monkeys and macaws. I can't find the macaws. But that's neither here nor there. So let's get on with the show. So some of the things to look forward to. I'm going to be working in some real estate situations. I've got friends who live here, and Costa Rican friends that have land they want to get rid of. They have land they'd like to sell, not get rid of. They have land to sell, and I also have realtor friends here, and I know there's a lot of people watching this that are thinking of buying land in Costa Rica. So real estate is something I'm going to be tiptoeing into. So we'll go to uvitaday.com and learn more about it there. I'll be updating you as I update my own situation here with the website and with my relationships with people with land. I never even ask anybody. People just know I have the channel with all of you out there watching, and they say, well, that's an opportunity to maybe sell their land, because it is a buyer's market right now for land, which these things go in cycles, so this is a good time to be checking that out. So yes, I can help with real estate. I can also help buying cars. I can also help with renting cars, and I'm going to be refining my renting car system next week. So that'll be a major thing when I get that taken care of, because that's been one of the most popular things. I get people asking me all the time about cars. So that's one of the things I've been working on because it's popular. I need to address that. So I also am an Amazon influencer now. I have enough subscribers where I can be considered an Amazon influencer. So I'm building an Amazon influencer page, and I'll put a link to when I don't want to send you there right now, but because it's not, I want to kind of tidy it up. But it's like merchandise and things that I think are cool that I'd like to buy. I'll also put a special section in there if there's any gifts that you'd like to buy me. If you're coming to Costa Rica, you could bring me a brand new bicycle. Bring me a Toyota Helix or something. Speaking of that, like I was talking to my friend Senior Don, and he was saying, you know, most of these influencers here on YouTube, you know, they have sponsors that pay for, you know, them to test out certain things. So I'm going to throw this out there if there's any sponsors watching, or if Bill and Melinda Gates are watching and they'd like to gift me with things. But I'm looking for sponsors that want me to test their stuff. Anybody that has drones they'd like me to test, I would be happy to do that. I'll make a video about what I think about the drones. We'll put the drones through their paces. I know this is a long shot. I'm just throwing this stuff out there. And cameras the same. I can test I can test action cameras. I can test regular cameras. You know, accessories, that kind of thing. And what I would really love to get a bicycle sponsor here. If I could get a bicycle sponsor, that would be great. My bicycle right now is not in great shape. And a mountain bike here, you can really put it through the paces. So if any of you name brand or sub-brand or no brand bicycle manufacturers would like to have me test their stuff, just let me know. And you know, any kind of electronics I'd love to check out. You know, I'd like to check out a new tablet or any kind of phones or anything like that. And of course, Toyota, if you're watching, I would like to test out any of your four-wheel drive vehicles, and I will give you a full evaluation of my my thoughts on your vehicles. So I'm just throwing that out there for the fun of it, and I just need to throw out another thank you to everybody that has come and experienced the Uvita Day Adventure with me, has done consultations with me, has used any of my services. I appreciate that very much. And the people who have made contributions to the channel, I thank you very much. And if you'd like to make a contribution to Costa Rica Story, just go to uvitaday.com, and there's it's very easy to see where the buttons are for that. And you know, just keep watching. That makes a huge difference. My watch time has gone down a little bit. I feel like my engagement has gone down a little bit in the the last year or so. I tried to start doing lives again, which was a good way to build engagement, but it's really hard to be on a regular schedule of that. I'm going to try to do more lives, maybe some lives with more like a theme. You know, I've kind of just done like, oh yeah, here I am, I'm going to do a live, and then you know, I've got nothing really to say other than talking about where I'm at that point. So yeah, I think I've covered everything, and I would really like you to come and experience the Uvita Day Adventure. It's almost time. It's mid-October, right? Yeah, I think that's where we are. So high season is almost here. So if you haven't got your plans started, you need to get them rolling, because especially if you're in a big group, it's hard to make reservations for a lot of different things. So make sure you get started on that. And please, I need people to come and experience Uvita with me. I love showing people my world, to live vicariously, to show you Uvita. And if you don't know what the Uvita Day Adventure is, please watch this video.
I would love this.
So are you ready? Are you ready to come to Uvita and experience the Uvita Day Adventure? I really love showing people my world, living vicariously through their adventures here. We can hit a lot of the popular attractions, so you never really know who's going to drop in on the Uvita Day Adventure. And it's definitely a good way to get in touch with your inner child. And if you want, we can even get off the beaten path. A coffee tour with mi amigo Dainair. Maybe we'll find some wildlife to photograph. visit to the farmer's market, making some new friends. And if you go on a coffee tour, I have to warn you, Danier might put you to work. Or if you're more adventurous, hike up a mountain trail to a waterfall. A refreshing swim in a beautiful swimming hole. But there's a lot to see, and there's a lot to do. Make new friends, see some cool things, make some memories. The Uvita Day Adventure. Go to uvitaday.com for more information. Hopping into a beautiful swimming hole. Another thing we can do on the Uvita Day Adventure. But that's all I've got for this edition of Costa Rica Story. Make sure you like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, but most importantly, share this video and this channel with a friend. Hasta luego.